So a little while back I asked you guys some questions on Instagram that you wanted to know, like mainly about my personal life and stuff. I'm not going to be answering any of the makeup product suggestion ones. Maybe I'll do a separate video for this. This is just kind of a get to know me kind of video. The first one is, how long have you been a makeup artist? Have you always wanted to be one, or did you want to be something else? So originally I came out of school and I started college, or we call it university in Australia. I was doing a business degree, and that was kind of going to be leading on to like fashion retail buying, but the business degree part really wasn't for me, so I dropped out and went to beauty school. So I'm a beauty school dropout. No, not really. So I dropped out and I worked for quite some time. After working for a bit, everyone was like, you're so good at makeup, why don't you do a makeup course? Mainly, you know, some friends, family, my mom, they kind of encouraged me into it. It was never really something that I thought about or kind of realized that I could make a career out of, but I'm so glad that I do it because I just love what I do now, and I'm very, very lucky to have a job that I absolutely love and am very passionate about. So the next question is, what's the best advice for someone wanting to become a makeup artist? So I actually did an 8-week certificate course back home at Napoleon Purtis, which was great, but I don't think doing a course is gonna teach you everything. After I did my course, I was like, holy shit, I don't know how to do makeup, like what the hell am I gonna do? But actually, after I got out of school, I worked for the company for a long time and worked at the academy, and I met a ton of students, and everyone kind of feels like that after they finish makeup school. So that's one thing that's super important. If you do makeup school, make sure you just continue to practice afterwards, because really it's all about practice. Seriously, I cannot stress that enough. It does take time, and you know, eventually you'll get it. Eventually you'll do something and you'll look at it and you'll be like, damn, that person looks really good and I did that to them. So just be patient and just keep working really hard and you'll be able to do it. The next question is, how did you become so successful on the internet? So I don't know if I'd really call myself successful or not yet. I definitely look to the future and plan on trying to become, you know, successful. I don't plan to be ever a full-time beauty blogger. I always want to be able to do makeup on other people, not just on myself, that's for sure. But back to the question, I have watched a lot of videos and read a bunch of things. I think it was on Blend That Shit. She had like a series of how she made a successful Instagram page, and I read them all and I seriously just lived by them. And also Samantha, she has a YouTube video about, you know, do's and don'ts for social media, and I just listen to what they say because they're the ones with hundreds of thousands of followers, or millions even, and they know best. So if you go to their pages and read that stuff, follow it. I mean, some of the things were, don't post personal pictures, that's so obvious. Don't post pictures of your cute dog, even though they're so cute and you want to. Have a personal page for stuff like that if you need that. Definitely posting every day is absolutely imperative, and just being like genuine and, you know, good with your followers. Favorite shows to binge on Netflix. So I really like, well, they're not Netflix, but anyways, Game of Thrones and Vikings are my top 2 right now. Guilty pleasure, Gossip Girl, Pretty Little Liars. What else? I mean, Orange is the New Black is okay right now. I don't know if I'm loving it, but I definitely binge on it, that's for sure. But I love binging on TV shows. That's my favorite thing to do. I hate watching one episode and having to wait another week. Whose work inspires you? Top 3, Val Garland, Pat McGrath, and Alex Box, for sure. And also my boss, Todd. You've always rocked the grey hair. Would you consider any other colors? For sure, I did have pink hair when I first moved here. I did purple, I've done like blue, anything between pinky purple, bluish, all of those kind of shades. I had red hair, I dyed it red the day after my wedding. For right now, it's always either going to be blonde or grey. I think with my aesthetic, I like to keep my hair just close to normal kind of colour. I like people to take me seriously in my job. If you're a makeup artist, you know how that is. Like, you know, you got crazy makeup, crazy hair, bunch of tattoos. People just look at you like, whoa, this girl's gonna make me look like a hooker. So, you know, at least if I kind of tone the hair down a little bit, then people aren't so afraid or shocked by me. So makeup related, do you think being a makeup artist requires a certain personality type? Any tips for introverts? I definitely think you need to be a people person. That is something very important. You're in people's personal space for, you know, up to an hour. So it helps being a people person. I don't think you have to be outgoing or, you know, anything like that. I'm definitely socially awkward. I'm pretty shy when you first meet me, but you know, makeup is something I love and I'm passionate about, so it kind of makes me feel more comfortable when I'm in that kind of setting. So I guess I can talk to people, even though I would consider myself a little more of an introvert. In a sense, yes, as an introvert you can make it as a makeup artist. You just kind of gotta fake it till you make it. The second part of this question is, how long have you been in the US? I've been here for 4 years now. Did you experience any culture shock? Not really culture shock, so to speak. Just mainly weather shock because it's so damn cold here in Michigan. Do you ever travel back home? I've only been back twice in the last 4 years, but I do plan on going back next year. I would go back a ton if it wasn't so expensive and such a long flight. So this one from the Erin and Krista show. What famous rock star would you love to get the chance to work on? This is kind of a tough one for me. I have a few that I would love to work on. Like, obviously I love, maybe not the music so much, but the Lady Gaga's style and how she's really open to doing anything crazy and cool. A classic would be Gwen Stefani. She's just, you know, she's classic and she's got great style, and I love the way that she does her makeup as well. What struggles have you had with being into more heavy and unusual makeup? What's the most hurtful thing anyone said to you about your makeup or personal style? So this is interesting kind of to me. I mean, yes, I do wear crazy makeup out. I do dress a little bit differently, but when someone, like a civilian, laughs at me or says something hurtful towards me, I kind of like it. I'm like, whatever. Like, it's not like I like it, but I don't want the normies to get me. Do you know what I mean? Who cares? It's your own style. You know you look good. Rock it. Fuck them. Piercings, tattoos. I don't really have any piercings anymore apart from my nose. I think I'm a little bit too old to be putting holes in my face anymore. I did have my septum pierced. It still is pierced, but the septum rings that I do wear are fake, just for fun. Tattoos I have a ton of. I wouldn't even know where to start telling you about them, so maybe in another video sometime, we'll see. Oh, the next one is, where and who do you get your tattoos done by? So the funnest thing, I guess, about tattoos with me and my husband is when we travel, we usually get like a little travel tattoo. So, you know, pretty much everywhere, every fun place that we go, we try to find a great artist and book in with them as well. Who mostly inspires you to do the different types of makeup you do? For example, the unique alien ones. So this is definitely, you know, coming back to just like being inspired by everything that I see on Instagram. It's not like I want to copy anyone, but like I see people doing such fun stuff and I'm like, oh, I want to put that on my face. So that's the thing that I love about Instagram, is that it does keep me inspired. I follow a lot of fashion makeup artist, and just generally like cool people. You all probably know who my favorites are on there. And then I see what they're doing and just want to, you know, kind of go with that flow. And so I'd say that I get inspired by Instagram a lot for the unique alien-y type ones. What made you move from Australia to such a random place in the United States? Alright, so about 6 years ago I met my husband on MySpace. I know, laugh, get it out, over and done with. MySpace is so not cool, but yes, we met on MySpace. So he used to be in a band, and my manager at Mac at the time, her boyfriend was in a band as well. So they were like kind of friends, my husband and this guy. So, you know, mutual top 10 friends or whatever it is on MySpace. We ended up talking, spoke on BlackBerry Messenger for about 8 months, and then my husband, Maddie, he moved to Australia, and then we decided to move back to Michigan and see what it was like here. And we ended up deciding to stay here because we wanted to buy a house and do a ton of traveling. So that's pretty much in a nutshell how I ended up in Michigan. What's my favorite thing about what I do? I just love the ability to transform people. I mean, not huge transformations, but, you know, like maybe just a mother of the bride and maybe she's not feeling so crash hot about herself. You make her skin look beautiful, you know, do just a nice subtle natural makeup on her, pop some lashes on, and she just feels amazing for her daughter's wedding day. Just things like that is what I absolutely love what I do. Transforming people and just making them feel happy and making them feel beautiful. That sounds so cheesy. How does your husband feel about your love for makeup? Is he a supporter in what you do? He definitely is a supporter. He loves crazy makeup, so I'm really glad that he does support me in wearing what I want to wear. I mean, sometimes I'll take like 300 selfies of a makeup look and he goes through them and favorites, you know, all of the good ones for me so that I don't have to look at myself 300 times and figure out which picture is best. So he's definitely supportive in what I do. His motto is happy wife, happy life. So he's a good boy. So this is makeup related, but it's a pretty good question. If you had to choose one lipstick to wear for the rest of your life, which one would it be? I would have to say Nosferatu by Kat Von D. This is a newer shade in my collection, but I mean, it's such a beautiful classic red shade. Even though, you know, my favorites right now like grayish purples and grayish browns and stuff like that. If I had to choose one for the rest of my life, it would definitely be a red. Just, you can't go wrong with a red. You can pretty much wear it with everything and it just looks classic, and it'll still look good when I'm old as well. This is an interesting question. How would you categorize your aesthetic and how you developed it? So I don't know, that's a really tough one. I'm kind of stumped with that one. I guess I always like to have just a little bit of a creepy vibe to my style and makeup. I don't know if that's the right word. Just a little more of a darker vibe to my style and makeup. I guess it's just kind of developed over time from the things that I like, the music that I listen to, and just like the people that I surround myself in as well. So, good question there. What was my first makeup item? Apart from probably a really crappy black eyeliner, the one that I remember the most is NYX was sold in like the dollar stores back home, and they had like a white shimmery eye dust, and I loved that shit. So that's the first makeup item that I can remember being truly obsessed with. So the next question is, what is your favorite thing about Detroit? There's a lot of things about why I love living here. I think the main thing is that we have such long winters here that in the summertime, it's so beautiful and there's so much to do and everybody is so happy. It almost makes us suffering through the horrible winters worth it. So yeah. Do you love cats as much as I do? No, Andrea Grace, I do not love cats as much as you do. I am a dog person, but I like cats. One of my best friends has some of the most beautiful kitties you will ever see. I'm not either team, I just would choose to have dogs myself, particularly pugs. I want a pug farm with like 30 pugs. That's my life goals. This is the love of my life. This is Lily Bean Monster, the little black pug. I don't know if you can hear her breathing, but yeah, that's pug life. So that's pretty much it for all of the questions that you guys asked on Instagram. I don't really know what else I can tell you. You know, I moved here to America when I was 25. Me and my husband, we've been married for 4 years now. We got married on Halloween. I work full-time at a salon here in Birmingham, Michigan as well. And I really, really love working at the salon that I work at. It's great. We do a lot of eyebrows and makeup there. So that's my kind of daily jam. And then, you know, my Instagram and social media is kind of on the side. I like to treat that as a second job. I love what I do, both things. I love working at the salon and I love staying inspired and keeping up with all of the latest trends on Instagram. And, you know, sometimes I don't feel like doing my makeup, but I'll do it and it just keeps me inspired. So thank you for that. Like, thank you to all of my followers, that especially the ones that have been with me for a long time, like all of the lovely comments that you guys write and everything. You keep me inspired and I really appreciate that. I mean it. Before this video ends up getting too long-winded, I'm going to end this and say goodbye and thank you for watching, guys. Bye.